Hi, 6th graders. Today you are going to be working on more of your store project. So what I would like you to do is I'd like you to split your screen between Notability and this video and have your store project open. Go ahead and pause the video until you have done those two things. Perfect. Now that you have split your screen, you have the video on one side and you have this document on the other, we're going to go through a few of the pages and then I'll give you directions on what you're doing the rest of the hour. So as we get going, you should already have this page done. So you should have your store, the name of your store, and a logo. Mine is pretty boring. I hope yours is a little better. And then you should also make sure that you have this question answered. So when you walk in my store, this is what it's going to be like. My store is going to be bright and colorful. There will be beach pictures all over with wave noises, and it's going to be super fun. Okay? Now remember, this second page was just to give you ideas on how your logo should be. Now this second page, if you were here, you should already have it done. So it is asking us to figure out which store is the best. So if you were in class, we did A, B, and C together. You should already have these answers. If you do not, then you need to fill this out. Okay? You should also have done letters D, E, and F. I'm not going to scroll down because I want you to make sure that you have them done. If you have them done, you need to find whichever one is the biggest area. So if you notice, I already have one highlighted, and that's letter B, because my area was 81, and that's the biggest out of all of the areas. Okay, so you need to make sure you have this page all the way completed. You're setting up a ratio to change your length and width to be yards and feet, and then you're finding the area, which is just multiplying those two numbers. Alright, so that brings us to what we're doing today. Today you are going to create your sign for the front of your store. Here's the criteria. Your sign must be less than 10 yards long, but it must be more than 2 yards long. So that means your length needs to be between 2 and 10 yards. Can't be 1, can't be 11. So you need to figure out right now what you want that to be. So I'm going to say mine is going to be 8 yards. Your number is probably different, and that's okay. It can be up to 10, but no less than 2. Once you have that done, then we need to convert that into feet and inches. So here's our conversion. 1 yard is 3 feet. And then I said mine was going to be 8 yards, so that's where 8 yards is going. Whatever yours is, it's going to be a little different. And then you would cross multiply, so I'd get x equals 8 times 3, which is 24 feet. So that's how long my sign is. Okay, then we're going to do the exact same thing and change it to inches. So in 1 foot, there are 12 inches. And then whatever your length was in feet, mine was 24, that goes on the top. And then X on the bottom. Your numbers are going to be a little different, and that's okay. So then I would get X equals 12 times 24. I do not know that off the top of my head, so I'm going to type that into my calculator really quickly. I get 288, and my label is inches. Okay, so that's how we find the length. Your numbers might be a little different. That is okay. Then our third point, sorry, man, I'm struggling today, is saying that our sign must be 2 1/3 yards wide. So they already have that filled in for us, 2 1/3 yards. So we need to change that to feet. I'll write our proportion. 1 yard over 3 feet is the same as, and then you would plug 2 1/3 into wherever yards is. Now 2 1/3 is really 2.333 repeated. So just type in a couple, let's type in 4 3s after, and you will figure it out. So 2.3333 yards. And then on the bottom we have X. You're going to solve that. Okay, whatever you get for X, you're going to use that for this one. 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. And then you would solve. We want inches. So whatever you get for feet, it's going right here. Okay, once you have done all of that math, then you're going to actually design your sign. So this is what's going to be hanging up on front of the door. How are you going to get people to come into your store? Is it just going to be a sign like this that says Sunshine Apparel? Because I don't know, if I was walking down a street and I saw something that looked like that, I would keep walking. You want to make it super, super, super inviting and make people want to come into your store. Okay? And then once you get your sign created, you need to label, like this is 2 1/3 yards, and I said my length was 8 yards. Okay? You need to label it when you're finished. And you can either choose to label it in inches, in feet, or in yards. I chose 2 yards, but you can do it in however you would like. Okay, so that's half of what you need to do today. I've done most of that for you. Then the other half of what you're doing is you're going to be doing this page of the packet. And then you're done. So once you get here, you're done for the day. Okay, so what this one is saying is it's saying now that you have your space in the mall and you have your sign, it's time to start on some paperwork. You will need to take some measurements, use the word bank to match the best unit of measurement to each item. And then be very careful, it says each may be used more than once. So if we take a look, these are our word banks. Pounds, ounces, yards, miles, gallons, centimeters, hours, and tons. So I'm going to do one with you. Taking a look at number 1, we have the distance from the store to your house. Well, when we're talking distance between 2 places, which one are we going to be talking about? Obviously not pounds or ounces. Definitely not gallons or hours. Tons is all about weight. We're going to be talking about yards, miles, or centimeters. You're right, we're going to be talking about miles, so that's what you write for number 1. Okay, and remember we can use them more than one time, so I'm going to erase all those lines I did because we could use miles again. Okay, then you're going to do the rest, 2 through 10. Once you are finished, I want you to turn in what you have. If you get done with this page, this is what you're working on the rest of the hour. You're working on missing worksheets, missing IXLs. Send me a message if you finish one. Alright, message me. And if you get done with all of those, you're going to work on your goal for math. If you get done with everything, be super quiet, read a book, or work on things for other classes. But it must be quiet so other people can finish. Turn in what you have finished when you get done with this page. If you have any questions, please send me a message. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a fabulous day and a great weekend. I'll see you on Monday. Be good for your sub. Bye!